Welcome, I'm Voiddude, and CIG have added some exciting new features to the release view of Star Citizen Alpha 3.18, which is probably the most highly anticipated patch since 3.0 went live back in 2017. So what we see here is certainly just icing on the cake. Quick note, I don't usually cover Star Citizen news. There are many other more established YouTubers who do that, but I thought this news was newsworthy enough that I'd give it a shot. Let me know if you'd like to see more Star Citizen news coverage on the channel. So, let's begin. The following cards have been added to the release view, targeting release with 3.18. Daymar Crash Site, a derelict settlement on Daymar using parts of the Star Runner and 600i, as well as some HABs adapted to the biome to create points of interest with some type of activity, such as puzzle, traversal, hostile AI, missions, etc., as well as rewards for completion. So this is very much expected for them to be expanding on the locations and themes of the derelicts. Daymar obviously resembles a certain planet from Star Wars, so seeing more surface activity and points of interest here will be making many backers happy. I haven't done much derelict missions in 3.17.2 as of yet, as I try to do Siege of Orison and Jumptown as often as possible for some upcoming videos. But anyway, more derelicts, more places to go and explore and loot good stuff. New rivers in Stanton, setting up biome-specific object rule sets around bodies of water and distributing those by placing additional rivers and lakes on Microtech and Hurston. Again, it's expected at this point to see more rivers being implemented on various planets, creating diversity and points of interest. It's also nice to see that these are coming along rather quickly in terms of Star Citizen timelines. Sand Cave Archetype, establishing the visual language, creation pipeline, and quality standard for a new Sand Cave archetype. With this release, cave networks using this archetype will be placed throughout the Stanton system. More variety in the cave type missions, very nice to see, although personally I haven't done a cave mission in quite some time as they seemed to be not really worth the effort. I remember getting lost in those caves terribly back when they came out and didn't feel the need to return to them anytime soon. Let me know in the comments if the caves are worth visiting in 3.17.2. I actually haven't checked out any news regarding that. Arena Commander Classic Race Mode Overhaul, a complete overhaul of all systems and maps in Arena Commander's Classic Race Mode. Improvements include a complete refactor of the checkpoint, entity, and race manager system. Improvements to scoring, a complete rework of all 3 New Horizons Speedway maps, as well as a new map, the Snake Pit. It really is nice to see the racing communities within Star Citizen get some love here. I wonder if this means that the Snake Pit itself is getting a dedicated Arena Commander map. That would be quite interesting to see. Personally, I haven't done much racing in Star Citizen since back in like 2014, 2015 when the Murray Cup mode came out in Arena Commander. That was always a lot of fun back in the day, but things have changed a lot. I haven't checked out in ages, but yeah, that's exciting stuff. Sandbox Prison Activities. Expansion of prison gameplay with a new suite of missions and sandbox activities to give inmates more opportunities to earn merits or to aid in their escape from prison. I feel like I missed a memo or something. Has this been mentioned anywhere before? Any additions and upgrades they make to the prison system at the moment will be amazing. As you know, at the moment when you go to prison, it's a mad dash to complete some oxygen kiosk contracts that you can then, speed run out of there as fast as possible. It will be very interesting to see if they expand this to the point now where, there's NPCs or some way to gain reputation from within the prison that might unlock more content in the wider system. Security Post Kareah reactivation. Security Post Kareah will be taking a more central role in Stanton security. Crusader Security have moved in a full-time staff and begun storing confiscated contraband aboard. The station will be off-limits to all civilians unless given prior authorization. Now, this is interesting. Will access to the station be reputation gated perhaps, or is this maybe a bit of an upgrade to Kareah to provide some more dogfighting style PvP orientated gameplay? At the moment, players hungry for PvP tend to just camp Grimhex or head to Jumptown when it's active, because the truth is that Star Citizen just doesn't have enough incentive outside of events to draw players who actively seek PvP. Do let me know your thoughts. I'm hoping there is some depth here and it's not just Kareah getting an update that doesn't have any actual gameplay until other systems and features come online. New missions Orison, Bounty, Assassinate, Clear All, and other missions to take place on the platforms created for Siege of Orison, which in future will be distributed across the planet of Crusader to create further content. So at first glance, this sounds like they're just bringing Crusader up to spec compared to the rest of the planets of Stanton and creating locations for the same old NPC bunker missions and bounties, but I hope I'm wrong and we get some interesting gameplay here. As they mentioned Siege of Orison, so I'm not too sure. What do you guys think? Let me know, comment below. New interdiction scenarios, adding new variations and difficulty levels of interdiction scenarios that players will come across while quantum traveling. I really like the idea behind this. Random encounters that can throw you off your planned course of action are a key component to create that so-called emergent gameplay that Star Citizen is highly capable of. I do hope these range from minor annoyances to getting properly trapped in a quantum interdiction field that you have to fight for your life to escape from or call for assistance to overcome. Environmental space missions, implementation of new missions and scenarios that the player will encounter as they wander around an area of space. The missions that appear will be based on the probability volumes that the player is currently in. This is very exciting because it sounds like more content being generated by the behind the scenes quantum simulation that seems to slowly be coming online piecemeal patch after patch. The more of this type of content, the better, and I'm very excited to see how it turns out. Salvage hull stripping. Previously, this initial release of the hull stripping feature was limited to FPS and the Drake Vulture. This has been updated to also include hull stripping aboard the Aegis Reclaimer using its remote salvage turrets. Therefore, this card's description has been updated to reflect this. Aegis Reclaimer owners rejoice. While it's not quite the ability to use the giant claw to eat ships and turn them into scrap metal, it's great to see the functionality get added to this behemoth of a ship. And that's it for the roadmap update. There were some surprises here that I'm very excited to see. I'm eager to know what your thoughts are. Are you hyped for 3.18? Are you enjoying 3.17.2? I've been doing buttloads of Jumptown and a bit of Siege of Orison here and there, although the latter does tend to be quite rough around the edges. It would be great if the AI could be a little bit more challenging and less buggy, but hey, the game is slowly getting there and I'm extremely impressed with 3.17.2's performance so far. Thank you so much for watching. See you around the verse. Cheers.